Yeah, welcome. So Anthony Blinken granted an interview today where he was saying he is concerned about the Pentagon's depletion of their interceptor missiles and then their attack missiles, offensive missiles. What this guy was saying is actually, I'll play his video for you to watch. If you're here, we are not doing conspiracy theory. All you have to do is like the video, share, and also follow if you are new. Subscribe so that this is Rising Empire. Let us make the empire great. Your subscription is very, very important. Thank you for doing that. So Anthony Blinken, most of you know him, the US Secretary of State. That's the former one. He granted an interview where he was saying that he said he's concerned about the reserves of the Pentagon's interceptor missiles and the offensive missiles. So this is what he was actually saying, that I'll play his video, but let me read what he said for you to hear. He said, "I am concerned that a war with Iran and the depletion of the Pentagon's reserves will put the US at a disadvantage against Russia." So these guys are not ready to stop war. So they are not ready to bring peace on this earth. The United States is the greatest, is the most powerful country on earth. We know on the books. And if you are the most powerful country, what you have to do is at least try to bring peace. Let the world know peace. Well, let us continue. So he's complaining. He said the Iranians have put them in a position where they have already used up many of their interceptor missiles, and that's the air defense missiles and the offensive missiles like the Tomahawk cruise missiles. And the US barely produce these things in abundance. They produce when I check for the THAAD, the THAAD 3, what's it called, interceptor missile, the cost is around $12.8 million US for just a single interceptor missile. I made a research on Google. I don't know if Google is telling the truth. One, and they produce only 96 in a year, a whole year. The United Arab Emirates alone, use more than 96 during these 5, 6 or 7 days of this war. So can you imagine what will happen? So Anthony Blinken is actually saying the truth. The United States does not produce many. The problem of the United States industrial complex is it is a private organization or a private industry. It is owned by individuals, and it is not owned by the state. That is the problem of the United States in the military industrial complex. Their military industrial complex is owned by private entities. That is why they don't produce so much missiles, but they are very, very expensive. When Iran launches one missile, most of their missiles are very, very cheap. The one interceptor, one air defense need to shoot at least two interceptor missiles against one. And most of the Iranian missiles, some of them are not even up to $1 million. And most of the air defense that Israel is using, most of them, the least is about $1 million for one interceptor missile, which is draining the economy. It is draining the economy of the United States, because all of us know that the United States is actually the mother of this country. We don't mention their name. So please let us enjoy the video of Anthony Blinken.
Then munitions. There's really a race on to figure out who expends their munitions first and fastest. The Iranians put us in a position where we've used up a lot of interceptors to deal with defense, or even our offensive missiles to take out their launchers, or conversely, did they run out and we still have what we need? I don't know the numbers here. I'm not privy to that, but it is something we have to be very, very attentive to, because these things are not in infinite supply. The production times are very long, and of course, we're also using in many cases, very expensive weapons to take down $20,000 drones. That's not a good equation if you keep that going over time. What I'm worried about, one of the things I'm worried about, and this gets to the second and third order consequences, is we so deplete our arsenal, and it takes a long time to rebuild it, that puts us in a disadvantageous position when it comes to, say, a China or a Russia. All of those things need to be factored in, and again, it's one of the reasons why if you're going to undertake something like this, you've got to make sure that you've factored all of that in. And again, it really should start with explaining to the American people why you're doing something, why it's necessary, why now.
All right, thank you. The United States, CNN, is in Iran right now, and all they are saying is the U.S., Israel regime change operation is dead. Like, there is no uprising. You see, their aim was when they take out the Ayatollah Khamenei, the supreme leader. They thought that was basically their plan. They thought that when they take out the supreme leader, there will be uprising in their country. But there is none. Nothing is collapsed. Most shops are open, and there is no uprising against the regime. There's no uprising against the regime, which means everything is, going on well in Iran, their capital, that's Tehran. So enjoy the video of CNN.
Taking a quick break for a coffee along the way. We've been driving for several hours. There's a couple of things that we've noticed. Number one is that, first of all the shops are open. All the shops are really well stocked, even with fresh things, like, for instance, fruits and vegetables. Coffee, obviously, also available as well. And then also the gas stations. There's no long lines as gas stations. Fuel seems readily available, and you just don't see any sort of degree of panic anywhere.
Thank you. The Gulf countries, that's the Gulf countries, GCC. Most of them came together, and they were saying they should end every relation with Iran. Basically, that is the stand of Iran, because Iran previously warned them that if until they stop receiving the hammering, the biscuits, unless they end every relation with the United States. So they came together and they brought a document where they were saying that they need to end every relation with the United States so that their citizens will have peace. Actually, it has affected the economy of the United States. The United Arab Emirates. Today I went to the supermarket and the prices of things are skyrocketing. That is very bad. So if the GCC are able to end every relation with the United States, that would be the collapse of the US empire, because the United States dollar depend heavily on the Middle East countries. I hope you know about the petrodollar system. That is the backbone of the United States economy. And if Iran is saying they need to end every relation with the United States, it will be very difficult, because The United States cannot afford to lose, this kind of money they are getting from these Arab countries. But let's see. So thank you for joining. This is Rising Empire. Be part of the empire. Let us rise together. Thank you. Follow us, subscribe, like the video so that it will go further. Also share to family and friends. Let us enjoy the video together. And also your opinion is very, very important to us. We learn, we don't know everything, so we learn from you. So drop your opinion in the comment section. I'll reply everyone. Thank you.